international driver permits for UK drivers in Europe for 2024. Let's get into this one. Hello, welcome to the channel. Hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for future videos. So I've just returned from a trip in Italy where I was stung for the grand sum of €260 for failing to produce an international driving permit when I went to hire a car. Now, I'd already hired the car through Easyjet in the UK. You know, you book your flights and everything, and then you can add extras. And one of the things that I added extra, I do this on a regular basis, is that I book a car through them so I can pick it up at the airport. Now, I've done this every time I've gone. Every year that I've been, every other 6 months that I go abroad, I go to Italy, in this case, pick up the hire car, no problem. You show your UK driving license, regardless of Brexit, show UK driving license, and it's all sorted. I got extra insurance here through Easyjet as well, so I don't have to pay the crazy levy that they want to charge you in Europe as well. So all was fine and dandy. I went to the desk, eventually got there. Totally crappy service through Easyjet and through their subsidiary. It wasn't the usual place that I would go to. It was somewhere else. This is a sure price. Don't go to these guys. So I went there and they said, no, you've got to pay an extra €260. You've got to take out our own insurance so that we will waive the fact that you haven't got an international driving permit. And I was going, what was going on? There was people behind me saying, well, hold on a minute, you don't need an international driving permit from UK. UK government website says you don't need it. The Google says you don't need it. Even when you go onto the International Driving Permits website, you know, to do an online application, and you do a search for all the countries that you need one or you don't need one, well, Italy is one of those that you don't need it, and many other countries in Europe. Their argument is this, that on the car voucher that you get, let's say in the case of my case from Easyjet, which you present to the hire car company, it says on there that you need your UK license, your driving license, in my case, but you also need an international driving permit. The problem is, I believe that from Easyjet is like a blanket statement. It's not specific enough to the country in which you're going. So when I went to the rental office and I questioned this, they were saying, no, because it's written there, we have to do this. We cannot let you have the car without an international driving permit. So nobody told us this, right? Nobody told us this whatsoever. Okay, here's the thing. One, if that's the case, they should never have given me the car. But no, what they did was, as in typical, you know, European style, was say, okay, we'll let you get away with this, but you're going to have to take out a full insurance. They also say that if you get stopped by the police, you have to have an international driving permit. Well, again, they're all wrong because you don't. You just need your national UK license, in our case, from UK in Europe. But here's the thing. I had my elderly parents with me. I needed the car. I had to pay it. And I thought, you know, I could claim this back when I go back to the UK, because I'm part of the extra insurance that you get, or I bought through AXA, through Easyjet as well. It says if you are forced to pay extra money, then we will refund that money as well. Well, I'm now in the middle of a bit of a case between Easyjet and AXA insurance to get my money back. Easyjet have already replied to me saying, no, you can't get a refund from us because it clearly states on this car voucher that you need an international driving permit. My response to that is saying, well, no, you shouldn't have this on this car voucher. It should only be written on there if I'm going to a country that specifically requires an international driving permit. In the case of Italy and many other European countries, you do not need it as of now and have not needed it. And any other time I've gone to a rental agency, they've never required this. So this is a big shock to not only me, but many other people in the office as well, waiting to get their car. But also, I'm sure it's happening on a daily basis. So here's the only thing I can suggest to people, and this is what I'm doing now, right? Whether you require an international driving permit or not, you just cannot take the risk. Unfortunately, the way Easyjet, it's a bit of a scam here. The way Easyjet are actually writing this down here, they're making no reference to the country that you're specifically going to. So you're going to have to pay it, or you're not going to get your car, or you're going to have to scream blue murder until, you get some kind of resolution. So all I would say is the best way to cover yourself, and I'm in the process of doing this now, is go get yourself an international driving permit, and you're going to have to go through various sources. Don't try and do it online to get one, because one, you pay a lot more. You're going to have to try and get a physical one, because if you try and do it online, then you reference the country that you want to go to, you probably won't be able to get it because they'll say you don't require it. So you're going to have to go physically and say, I need an international driving permit. And for UK, it only costs £5.50. I believe the post office now in the UK has stopped producing international driving permits, so you can't go there. You have to go to the government website, gov.co.uk, go to international driving permits, and it will give you a link where you can go to these pay point places, and sometimes they're at convenience stores, sometimes they're associated with post office, corner shops, that kind of thing, where you'll have to take a passport photo, you'll have to take your driving license, and it's also going to charge you £5.50 as well. If you've got a paper driving license, you have to take your passport as well. So if you've got the photo ID driving license, no bother. £5.50. It's obviously going to cost you £5, £6, £10, whatever it is for the passport photos as well. So, you've got what, 12, 13, let's say £15 max for this new international driving permit. Go get that, save yourself the hassle, and I would still get the insurance here, the extra insurance here for the rental, and don't pay it at the other end as well. But I tell you what, it's a bit of a farce, it's a bit of a fiasco, it's a bit of a scam actually, and I'm really disappointed in Easyjet. But one, the response, the blanket response they gave me saying, hey, you know what, no, you have to pay it. But also it's their failure as well, because they are not being specific enough to the country you're going to, whether you actually require an international driving permit or not. It's a farce, it's a scam, but unfortunately I don't think there's any way of going about it, because you're going to have to try and reclaim when you come back, and you're going to have to jump through all sorts of hoops just to get any kind of resolution. I'm not convinced that I'm going to get a fair resolution here. So the only way to avoid this is go spend the £15, invest a little bit of time, go and spend the £15 or whatever it is, get yourself an international driving permit, £5.50, that will cost you, but obviously up to £10, let's say, for passport photos and whatever it is. Invest the money, get that, and you'll have peace of mind when and if you go to Europe, and if you're going to drive in Europe, and also if you're going to hire a car as well. But if you get stopped on the side of the road by the police, they will try and say you need an international driving permit, but you don't. That's the thing. But then again, you're in a foreign land, let's say, speaking a foreign language, you may not have a lot of success in convincing them that you don't need it, right? Because they're going to treat you like some, dopey tourist, who cares? But as long as you've got the international driving permit with you and your driving license, then you should be good to go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.